Hello friends, my name is Deepak, and once again today I have our special guest, Mr. Sanjiv Gupta. He's a certified public accountant from Fremont with us in the studio. And today I'm going to talk to him about a topic that a lot of us can relate to. I'm going to ask him about foreclosures. No, I'm not going to ask him how to do the foreclosure or how to avoid the foreclosure. We will leave those questions to real estate and attorney folks. But what I want to talk to him is how to avoid paying taxes on foreclosure or short sale, and how to do that legally.
He said like whatever they can do to avoid paying taxes, that's legal way. Yeah, definitely you can do that. Of course, foreclosure and short sales is a burning topic. A lot of people have gone through foreclosures and they are doing a lot of short sales in the market too. So the thing is, we have to understand here is what is a short sale first of all. So short sale is like getting like lender less value what he's given you the money. For example, if a loan is say $500,000 and the fair market value of the property is $400,000, definitely lender is compromising on his $100,000 of loan, which is going to write off, which is being written off by him. So definitely there is a gain of $100,000, right? Because now people will say, why this $100,000 is gain to me? Legally, you need to pay this $100,000 to the lender. That payment will come from your pocket, and inside the pocket that will come from your earnings or from somewhere else, from borrowings or something. So this is like you're not going to pay this payment, that's why it's income to you. So it's known as deemed income or notional income. On that basis you will get a 1099-C from the lender. Now I see like a lot of time people say, I did this short sale, I never received 1099-C. Well, some lenders are lazy, some lenders don't know. Some have already sold loans to somebody else, and the person who is ultimately having that loan don't even know whom is lending to, whom is talking to. So basically, there may be lot of options available there. So what I'm trying to say here is, you may or may not receive a 1099-C, but you should not wait. You should report the difference. If you don't have the data, call a lender, find out how much loan is going to waive off on the short sale, and report it on a tax return, or wait for the 1099-C to come in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years down the road, amend the returns for that year. Because if you don't do that, the 1099-C will be given to the IRS. They have to send a copy of the 1099-C to IRS. IRS have the document in their record, and they will send notices. What happened to this 1099-C? Now the question comes in, $100,000 in our example is a lot of income.
Right.
And you don't have cash.
and funny thing is, some of these foreclosures are 200, 300, even 500. Yeah. So these can be huge numbers.
Huge numbers. So you have no cash. That's right. Why you're doing this short sale.
If you had money, you would have already paid off the loan, right?
So the question comes in, I don't have $100,000. How I'm going to pay on this $100,000? 25% or 30% my tax rate. That is $25,000 or $30,000 in taxes on this. Now I am talking about short sale, particularly 1099-C. 1099-A comes in for abandonment. You left the property and go away. It depends upon whether it's principal residence or rental properties. I am talking about here of rental properties, more about rental properties. Of course, if you receive a 1099-A, still it needs to be reported, but there's no tax implications. But 1099-C, definitely there are tax implications on that. And this year, 2012, is the year where if you have a rental, if you have a principal residence, you get a exemption from the amount cancellation. That there is no taxability on that. This is the only year. Whether they will extend to next year, I'm not sure. At this time, there is no clarity on that. So coming to that question of $100,000, how to avoid paying tax on that? Basically, there are two provisions: the insolvency provisions and the bankruptcy provision, which is the ultimate option. What is the insolvency provision says? Till the date of foreclose, till the date of short sale, you have to list all your assets and all your liabilities. The difference, if your assets are less than the liabilities, the difference of the liability exceeding the assets, you can set off that from the income. For example, $100,000 was your difference in the loan versus the selling price.
Right.
And on the date of short sale, your assets, let's say, was $100,000. Your liabilities was $200,000 net. So $100,000 is a difference. Liabilities was more than asset by $100,000. So you can set off whole $100,000, consider that income, because your liabilities are more than by asset by $100,000. Now the question comes here is what is our assets and what are liabilities? So The asset will include all your assets, all your bank accounts, all your stocks, all your shares, all the real estate, fair market value of real estate. It will include your retirement accounts. That's a great difference from the insolvency and bankruptcy. In the bankruptcy, you don't have to include the retirement accounts. So that's an insurance product. So insurance product, you have to include the cash surrender value. So you have to include all the assets, including retirement accounts and insurance products, insurance values, and liabilities. You should deduct the loan that you owe to the credit card companies, to this company, that company, whatever loans, and then you calculate the net asset or net liabilities, and that difference, the liability should exceed the asset to set off the subsequent cancellation of that income. If you have more asset, definitely you're out of luck. Then you have to look at the bankruptcy provision. Of course, the bankruptcy provision will not help. As I said, it's chapter 11, chapter 7. They are becoming so much. They have amended the bankruptcy provision so much. It's so difficult right now to waive off so many debts. Of course, the tax lien is the hardest part. So insolvency provision, definitely you can use the insolvency provisions if your liability exceeds the assets on the date of sale, and you have to use the form 982 to provide that information to the IRS, because they'll need that form. A lot of people make mistakes on the filing that form 982. I would advise, in case of short sale foreclosures, please don't use the TurboTax or other online softwares, because it's complicated and people do make a lot of mistake, and IRS is coming back with accuracy related penalties which are very heavy, because people don't know it and they use the online softwares, and it's a good way to lower the taxes. So definitely there are ways to lower the taxes on short sale, but you need to contact a CPA or professional who understand the provisions and make it good for you.
Yeah. So friends, what I have seen, and I have a lot of friends who has gone through short sale as well as foreclosure, so I've seen a lot lately in the area. And one of the things I want to point out is when you're doing a short sale or a foreclosure, that 1099 is not going to go away on its own. They will keep sending it to you, and they'll keep sending you notices for penalties and interest and so forth, and the bill only get increased. Versus if you take care of it when you do the taxes, you get it over with once and for all. You have already closed down the chapter of that house or an investment property, might as well close down the chapter as far as taxes is concerned as well. So Sanjiv is absolutely right. It can be quite complicated to take care of that, and we see a lot of people making mistakes, and you won't believe it. We get so many emails where people are sending us, oh, we did this way, that way, and now we still have to pay tax on it because we have X amount of penalty and Y amount of this and that. And that's all because that proper documentation was not taken care of in the first place. So if you are going to a short sale or foreclosure this year, then definitely talk to your tax professional. Let them know that you want to make sure that 1099 gets included. And like we were talking earlier, a lot of time tax professional might tell you, oh, don't worry about it, nothing will happen. Yeah, nothing may not happen this year, but sooner or later they will catch up. The bank will catch up and the government will catch up. And when they do catch up, they will send you that bill, and it will be much harder to take care of it at that point versus much easier to take care of it right away. So definitely give Sanjiv ji a call if you have a question related to your foreclosure or short sale, and his office can help you. And I also want to point out is I have gotten a lot of advice even from real estate agents as well. When it comes down to taxes, don't rely on their advice. They're not tax professionals. They don't know what laws are out there. You'll be surprised some of the things these people will tell you because they believe that's what's going on. And when you ask them, how do they know? Because they read it somewhere online, because they got an email from a friend, or maybe they have a cousin who went through the same process, and this is what they believe is the correct information. So be very careful when you get these advices from people who don't specialize in that kind of field. I'll strongly recommend you talk to your tax professional. Hopefully he's a certified public accountant or an attorney, and they can guide you a little bit better and make sure that your paperwork gets taken care of. If you want to make an appointment with Sanjiv ji, you can call his office. That number is 510-825-7563, or you can reach him online at sanjivcpa.com, sanjivcpa.com. You can send us a question right from our homepage. Just fill out your name, phone number, email, and a brief message, and somebody from his office will definitely get in touch with you. We do a lot of seminars throughout the year. So if you go on our website, on the homepage on the right-hand side, you will see the upcoming seminar. You can join us in those seminars and get your question and answers there. Or, like always, you can always make a personalized appointment. Now, Sanjiv ji, if I'm not wrong, aren't your office running a special right now? In the month of January?
So whoever likes an early bird incentive. So if you come in the month of January.
So early bird incentive, that's like Friday at 4 a.m. in the morning?
Not Friday. We don't want Friday at 4 a.m. We want people to come forward with all their tax documents and have the filing completed by January 31st. So we are giving a good rate, like $150 fees for doing that. So it's like a incentive for the people to come forward and file as soon as possible, not wait to the last moment, as we see, like
As you get busy and they forget.
they forget. That's the usual stuff. Regarding the 1099-C, I just want to point out quickly, we should not ignore it. As you said rightly, we should not ignore that forms, and we should not have IRS build up the tax liens on you with interest and penalties, and then all the settlement and all this compromise and this and that. For they are not going to waive it. You need to be active on that. You just can't ignore it.
And you know, I want to start something new from now onwards, and we have done this on radio quite a bit. But Sanjeevji, do you have a joke of the day for us?
Not today, maybe next time.
Next time, okay, we'll give him a little bit of notice. Hopefully, he'll be a little bit more prepared next time and bring us the joke of the day. So we'll start doing that as well. Well, thank you, friends, for watching this segment. Hopefully, you enjoyed. Hopefully, you get some of your questions answered. Keep watching. If you have a new question you would want us to bring on the air, definitely shoot us an email. You can do that by sending an email to info@sanjeevcpa.com, or you can simply go online onto our website, sanjeevcpa.com, and leave us a comment on a blog post, and we'll try to bring them on air as well. Oh, and we also have another website called killmytaxbill.com. You can go there and ask your questions there as well. So there's plenty of ways to get your questions answered, so definitely take advantage of it. But thank you so much for watching this segment. We'll catch up with you next week. But till then, thank you and goodbye.